Hey everyone, it's great to connect with you again today. I hope that this finds you well. This Sunday is the second Sunday in Lent, and we will stream our regular service at 10 a.m. and we'll be meeting outdoors in the church parking lot at 11:15 a.m. We had about 50 outdoors last week, and even though it was cold, the sunshine felt great. It was just wonderful to be together. This week is predicted to be even warmer, and we'd love to see you. But whichever venue works best for you, thank you in advance for worshiping with us. Our 2-year-old grandson Jerry loves to shovel snow. Every chance he gets, he's out in the driveway with his little snow shovel working away. Earlier this week, I took a video of him shoveling and I sent it to my parents in North Carolina. And my dad wrote back asking tongue-in-cheek, "What's that white stuff? We don't have any of that down here." And I replied, "Some call it snow. We call it a toss-up between fun and annoying." After I said it, it occurred to me that that's sort of a description of life, isn't it? Sometimes the very things that bring us joy can also be the very things that cause distress and pain and difficulties. If you're like me, I want God to step in and make everything positive and everything joyful and everything exciting, while at the same time eliminating all that's annoying and painful and difficult. But we all know that's simply not how life works. And it's not how God works. It's not the way life works because we live in a fallen world and a broken world with other fallen and broken people. And in this world with each other, life has pain and difficulty and struggle. And I've come to the conclusion that this isn't the way God works because it's not always in our best interest. God is far more concerned about our flourishing than our comfort. And the only way for us to flourish is to trust Him more by developing a deeper relationship with Him, by opening ourselves up to Him. And the irony is that trust can only be learned and developed when it's necessary. When life is easy and comfortable, we don't really need to trust. One of the purposes of Lent is to cause us to slow down enough to learn to trust God, to learn to see God in the difficult times of life, to learn to focus on God, particularly in life's struggles and pain. There's nothing magical about Lent in this process, but the season of Lent is intended to give us space in order to think about God and ultimately to trust God, that His intent for every one of us is flourishing in Him. This is why the church has emphasized fasting and worship and extended time for prayer during Lent. Not for the sake of practicing spiritual disciplines so that we feel more righteous, but for the sake of providing us time and energy and focus to hear God speak truth to us. Truth about our need for Him. Truth about His love for us. Truth about His presence with us when we see Him and feel Him and when we don't. When life is exactly what we want it to be and when it isn't. There's a sense in which Lent is rooted in the words of Psalm 139. "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts." Because I want to learn to trust You and find hope and life in You. So often Lent is viewed as denying ourselves something we want. Lent is viewed as a time of giving up things that bring us joy. But that's not really the purpose of Lent. The purpose of Lent is to engage in practices that enable us to more clearly see the truth of God and to more fully experience the grace of God, so that we might be filled with the joy of God. Father, thank You for inspiring Your disciples in the past to design ways for us to know You and experience You now in the present. Give us such a yearning for You that any acts of discipline or denial become to us opportunities for Your life-giving truth and grace. Amen. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day.